Hey, what's up guys? It's adreN, and I want to go over this command that came out last night in the CSGO update. So the command right here, it allows you to toggle and hold a button to allow you to show your teammates' equipment, their health, and where they're at actually, even through walls. And you can make that always show as well. I'm going into just to show you where the command is in the options, game, keyboard/mouse at the bottom, show team equipment. And honestly, this command has only positives. If you're not using this command at this point, there's really no negatives to you be using this, and it provides you with so much information without really taking your focus off of what you're doing. We'll get into, at the end of this video, I'll talk a little bit about, is it too good? Is it too overpowered? Going into the command here, there's another new command where you can do CL underscore team ID underscore overhead underscore always one, and that'll allow these triangles to go behind walls like that. So if you didn't want your team equipment showing it like always, you could just have just the little triangles and know where your teammates are exactly. Or you can have that off, like as you can see here. When I go behind walls, the little triangle goes away. So like I said, there's a button that you can hold in to toggle to allow to see where your teammates are and whatnot. You can actually just, as you can see here, this is what mine is bound to just for now. That's not a good key to actually bind it to. But if you just take that command, you can make a tiny script for this, but I'm not going to show you guys right now. If you just put that into the console, it'll always be on at every point without pressing a button. And as you can see here, you can just always know where your teammates are. And let's go first into the positives. It's easier to track your teammates, so if people are using this, less likely to grenade, flash, team kill, right? So because your teammates will know where you are physically on the map. This will actually make the life for IGLs like a lot easier, or just like teamwork in general. Because there's been so many times where I'm like, hey, do you have a smoke? Do you have a flash? Do you have whatever? So now I could look and be like, okay, I know Dan has a smoke. I'll be like, Dan, smoke forklift. So that would make communication a lot smoother and cut out some of the useless stuff. Like, hey, do you have a flash, smoke, whatever? So as an IGL's perspective, that'd be this is really awesome. It would also make like retaking and just post-plant positioning like super easy to read. So let's say we're a terrorist here and we're just sitting in the site. You know that Dan's in default here, and just because you know where he's at always, you can tell like when he's fighting, when he's not fighting. So if he's tucked in, you can tuck in, or maybe you should be the spotter in a scenario. Or if he ever fights, you know exactly when he's swinging out to fight. So like just understanding like what needs to be covered is going to be way easier to understand, because you actually see them on your screen, not just your radar. So that's pretty crazy, just to see like how much information, how differently it'll change just knowing where your teammate is always at, which is actually what the radar provides, right? But the radar does provide where your teammate is, but you kind of have to be able to read the radar first of all, and you have to be able to, when you read the radar, you have to take at least a split second to take focus kind of off your crosshair, off your shooting, and read the crosshair, like, okay, my teammate's here, okay. So there is that split second where to get this information previously, you'd have to look at your radar and be able to quickly digest that information and use it. Now, you will never have to really look at radar if you have this command always on. And that's what makes me think, is it a little bit too good? Should it only be available to people that you can actually physically see, or should we have it to where you can see people through walls? So right here, we see bot Eric through the wall and everyone else, right? But I'm thinking maybe this command would be useful to maybe just see Rick and Dan. I'm not sure how I feel about seeing bot Eric. I mean, obviously it makes the game a lot easier for a lot of people, but it really defeats the purpose of the radar. Like, what is the point of the radar at this point? If I had this command and it was allowed, I would pretty much never use the radar, ever. Because I would just physically always stay focused on my crosshair. And as an in-game leader, actually, a lot of the times you are looking at the radar, trying to gather that information. Where your teammates at? Are they falling back yet? Like, what can you do with their positioning? So like not being able to actually just look at your screen rather than the radar is like a huge help. But I'm thinking maybe it's too overpowered, but I just wanted to make this video, show you guys the command, and just kind of spark some discussion on this command. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.